If you were expecting The Division 2 to reinvent the wheel, you're likely going to be disappointed. There's nothing new here that has not already been tackled before. However, based on how recent entries in the looter-shooter subgenre have fallen short, The Division 2 does it all to much satisfaction. The sequel builds upon the original installment, retaining most of its positive aspects while also remembering to address and improve upon several complaints. Ubisoft has managed to check all the right boxes here and has nothing to hide. You enter a world filled with riches and purpose from the very start, and there is just so much to do right off the bat, which is a far cry from developers relying on shady post-release plans that seldom succeed. Hi, I'm Wes Malik from pixelenemy, and here's what you need to know. Remember to hit the bell icon to get all notifications on our future videos and content. The Division 2 takes place 7 months after the events of the first game. After reaching the Capitol building to answer a distress call, you're given the important task of improving the law and order situation in the region that has gotten severely out of control. It looks pretty daunting at first, but as the new sheriff in town, you are the only one who can do it. Sadly enough, The Division 2 does not quite excel in the narrative department. Both the storyline and the characters within are forgettable. There are no backstories here to marvel at, and for someone jumping in for the first time, the sequel does a messy job of telling how a virus swept away everything and tossed society into chaos. Being a strategic homeland defense agent, it is up to you to help out the remaining survivors and rebuild civilization. However, you will rarely remember being let down by the watered-down narrative once you start exploring the gorgeous world, which generally feels less monotonous when compared with the world from the first game. The Division 2 has great attention to detail. There is a commendable focus on verticality, and the environment is beautifully crafted. The game encourages you to go out and explore the unknown, and the best part of it is that it actually rewards you handsomely for it. Settlements are one of the new additions in the sequel. They serve as safe havens for the locals and can be upgraded by completing simple tasks in the area. Upgrading these settlements will allow you to recruit multiple staff members, who in turn will help you build up the White House as your base of operations. Find the right staff members, and you will be able to unlock bounty missions, perks and skills, a shooting range for weapon testing, crafting, and such. This entire process of upgrading settlements and headquarters is directly tied to completing the main and side missions, which brings the topic to the mission design. Every mission has its own set piece and takes place at iconic landmarks. You will rarely feel them becoming tedious and repetitive. These missions may pose a challenge now and then for solo players. For groups, however, there will always be safety in numbers. The call for backup feature is pretty nifty in this regard. If you're going solo, you can send out a distress signal that other players can answer and help you out. The matchmaking system works like a charm. Coming to the gameplay, the time to kill has been reduced for both you and enemies, so you need to utilize cover to survive firefights. The enemy AI has come a long way and now likes to exhibit more intelligence. They can employ different strategies, either flank or rush you down. They seldom remain hunkered down as easy targets and will often change positions once the difficult threshold increases. In addition, all three enemy factions behave differently, so that is also something for you to consider when exploring the world. There are a new set of skills to make use of as well, which makes character development more deeper than the first game. Understanding how different skills work becomes paramount when in a squad because they tend to combine for greater results. Once you hit level 30, you can choose from 3 specializations that come with their own signature weapons and an additional set of skills. They make all the difference on the battlefield. The endgame content kicks in when the Black Tusk, a new enemy faction, shows itself after the campaign is done. This is where the world drastically changes. Settlements and control points get overrun once again, forcing you to go out and reclaim them all over again. The progress you make here will get you from World Tier 1 to World Tier 4, which is the highest right now until a Tier 5 is added down the road. Climbing through these tiers can be a grind, but it never gets dull. With all that said, it is noteworthy that The Division 2 runs like a dream. Sure, it does have its share of technical issues like random crashes, it's not common, and the usual bugs and glitches, but they're expected from large open worlds. They'll be addressed with time, but even with them, The Division 2 is a captivating experience over its predecessor. Ubisoft has outdone itself with the sequel and shown just how an online looter-shooter is supposed to be. The Division 2 is now available on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC.